The wedding reception buzzed with clinking glasses and forced laughter, but one voice cut through it all like a knife. "We should have made her sign something before she touched our family money," my mother-in-law announced, loud enough for the whole table to hear. My sister-in-law snorted. "Yeah, who marries into this family without a reason?" Heads turned, eyes locked on me. My husband gripped his fork tighter, but said nothing. Then a throat cleared behind them. Sharp, deliberate. Everyone froze. My name is Danielle Harper, and I'm 34 years old. I work as a financial compliance analyst at a mid-sized bank in the city. Numbers have always been my safe place. Growing up, money was tight. My mom raised me alone, juggling 2 jobs and never complaining. She taught me that real security comes from discipline, not handouts. Track every dollar, question every expense, build quietly. That lesson stuck deeper than any luxury ever could. When I met my husband, his world felt different. His family wasn't ultra-wealthy, but they carried themselves like they were. Constant talk of portfolios, vacation homes, legacy. They sized me up the first time I walked through their door. No flashy jewelry, no expensive bag. Just me, in a simple dress I'd bought on sale. From day one, their smiles never reached their eyes. They saw someone who didn't fit their picture, someone who must want something. But I didn't marry for money. I married for the man who laughed at my bad jokes and held my hand during long drives. What they never understood was that I saw money clearly, clearer than they ever did. If you've ever walked into a room and felt judged just because your bank account didn't match theirs, hit subscribe right now. I get it. That sting is real. Drop a comment below. Have you ever been underestimated because of where you started? And if you believe quiet preparation beats loud arrogance every time, smash that hype button. Let's keep going. The reception carried on, but the air had changed. My mother-in-law raised her glass again, voice dripping with fake sweetness. "To Danielle, our new family member who's finally upgrading her lifestyle." Laughter rippled around the table. My brother-in-law leaned in, not even trying to whisper. "Guess she locked in her retirement plan today." My husband squeezed my hand under the table. "Just ignore them," he murmured. Easy for him to say. They kept pushing. "That prenup must have been such a disappointment," my sister-in-law said, eyes gleaming. "Thought you'd get the full jackpot, huh?" Guests shifted in their seats. Some looked away, others stared. Then my father-in-law stood, tapping his glass. "We've set up the family trust properly. Everything stays protected. No one outside the bloodline touches a dime." He winked at me like it was a joke we were all in on. The room felt smaller, hotter. My sister-in-law finished it off. "Let's see how long she sticks around once the shine wears off." That's when the bank manager, my colleague and the only guest I'd personally invited, stepped forward from the edge of the crowd. He adjusted his tie. "Excuse me," he said calmly, "but are these the same assets you've been moving around the last few quarters, the ones flagged for unusual activity?" The table went dead quiet. Forks hovered. Smiles vanished. Over the following weeks, the comments didn't stop. Family dinners became minefields. The smell of garlic and wine filled their dining room, but every bite tasted bitter. They scheduled a family investment meeting and sent the invite to everyone except me. "This is for people who understand the bigger picture," my mother-in-law explained over the phone, voice light as if it were obvious. At the next gathering, she told an aunt I was still figuring out how real wealth operates. Her tone carried that fake sympathy people use when they think they're above you. My father-in-law pulled my husband aside after dessert. "Keep separate accounts for now, just in case." My husband started repeating their lines at home. "They're just looking out for us," he'd say while staring at his phone. Late one night, I overheard them in the living room. "She's too quiet, probably waiting for something," my brother-in-law muttered. "We need to lock things down tighter." The hurt settled in my chest like a stone, but I didn't cry, I didn't yell. I started keeping records. Dates, quotes, screenshots of texts, every jab, every exclusion. They thought silence meant weakness. They were wrong. What they never realized was my day job. I investigate financial compliance breaches for a living. I know how to read ledgers, trace wires, spot red flags in filings. Late nights at my desk, the soft glow of the screen and the distant hum of the fridge kept me company. I began noticing odd things in their family trust documents, transfers that didn't match public records, accounts shuffled in ways that looked designed to hide, undeclared movements. I pulled public filings quietly, cross-checked dates, matched amounts. The picture formed slowly. Questionable offshore shifts, hidden fees drained off the top. None of it screamed illegal yet, but enough didn't add up. I didn't say a word. I waited. Emotion clouds judgment. Patience sharpens it. I called Mr. Caldwell next, the old family lawyer who'd handled their affairs for decades. He answered on the second ring. "Danielle? I wondered when you'd reach out." He remembered the wedding, the tension, the way they spoke over me. "I've been uncomfortable with some recent adjustments," he admitted. His voice was low, careful. "The structure changed. Not everything lines up with current reporting rules." He paused. "If the right authority asks the right question, it triggers scrutiny, audits, maybe worse." He didn't push me, just left the door open. Meanwhile, my in-laws grew bolder. They started talking post-nuptial agreements at every visit. "It's just practical," my mother-in-law slid papers across the kitchen island. "Sign it, dear, for peace of mind." They smiled like they'd already won, like I was cornered. They scheduled the big meeting at Mr. Caldwell's office. Dark wood panels, the faint scent of old books and lemon polish. My father-in-law sat at the head of the table. "This is routine, Danielle, nothing personal, just protecting everyone." I nodded once. Then I placed a thin folder in the center. Transaction logs, public records, flagged inconsistencies, highlighted lines. I looked straight at him. "Would you like me to walk the bank's compliance board through these transfers, or should we let regulators do it?" The room stopped breathing. Mr. Caldwell flipped through the pages slowly. "These are accurate. Public domain. Easily verifiable." My husband's face drained of color. "Mom? Dad?" My mother-in-law's voice cracked. "You went through our accounts?" I answered evenly. "No, I read what anyone can request, the kind of filings banks and IRS review every day." Chairs creaked. No one spoke. Their confidence shattered in seconds. They saw the risk now. Reputation, fines, worse. I didn't raise my voice. I didn't threaten. "I won't live with disrespect," I said simply. "Not from anyone." Later that night, my husband found me in the kitchen. "I'm sorry," he whispered. "I should have seen you, really seen you." His parents backed off fast. No more postnuptial talk, no more meetings, no more sly comments at dinners. They withdrew quietly, like people who finally understood the ground had shifted. I walked out of that lawyer's office with steady steps, no trembling, no second-guessing. For the first time, they looked at me differently, not as the outsider, not as the threat, as someone they couldn't push around. And in that moment, I knew the truth I'd carried since childhood. Strength doesn't shout, it prepares, it waits, it strikes clean. Have you ever been dismissed because of your background, your income, your last name? Did someone assume you didn't get money, power, or how the world really works? Tell me in the comments. I read everyone. Share how you handled it. Subscribe if you know being underestimated can flip the whole game in your favor. Hit hype so this reaches more people who felt that same doubt. If this hit home, drop a like and click hype to spread it further. Your story matters here. Share what you've been through down below. I'm listening.